Hello, I'm Robbie Fowler and you're watching Redmen TV.
Hello, welcome to Redmen TV after Liverpool's very first pre-season game of summer 2015 as they demolished the Thailand All-Stars by 4-0 at the Raja Mangala Stadium. Yeah, those who watched the Uncensored match build-up show will know that I was very, very keen to point out that everyone's just calm down about pre-season. Pre-season games are always rubbish, they're dead boring, and you shouldn't get wound up by them. And then we went and scored 4 goals. Amazing! That was the closest thing to a non-boring pre-season game I think I've watched, with the exception of literally the Dortmund game last summer, which was amazing as well. We got almost 40 minutes into that game without basically talking amongst ourselves and finding other ways to occupy ourselves, which is great. Normally it's about 15. You watch 5 minutes, the players run around for a bit, the kind of nothing really happens, and then you go, oh great, and then you start talking about what you watched on telly last night. But no, held attention pretty well, which was absolutely amazing. You know, first off, Markovic, whatever. Lazar Markovic opened the scoring. Fantastic to see. It's actually interesting. We hopefully gonna have one more video from our Melwood Day coming out, which shows, and I think Lazar Markovic's shooting has improved as a result of this video that we still got to come. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully in a few days, maybe next week at the latest. You'll see what I mean. But he goes round the keeper, slots it, boss. Great to see. He looked like he really had the point to prove, which is fantastic because, you know, with Raheem Sterling going, he's got to prove himself. You know, everyone's talking about Liverpool. Should we buy a replacement for Sterling? Markovic didn't get a great deal of game time last season. He's there. He's waiting in the wings. He's got to step up and prove it. 20 million quid he cost last summer. We saw flashes of it. We want to see more of it. And if he continues like that, I mean, and again, it's pre-season, so you don't want to make too many great judgments, but you can only beat who's put in front of you. That was fine. I love this commitment in it. Great, more of the same, please, Lazar. Sakho with a towering header for the second goal, which was absolutely sensational. As tweeted during the game, Mamadou Sakho does not do friendlies. In fact, he takes the friendly out of friendlies, going in on goalkeepers and all kinds, so absolutely fine. In fact, what was great about this game in particular was how true that was of so many members of our team. You know, people talk about these being warm-up games or exhibition matches or whatever. How committed were Liverpool's players getting stuck into that? Jordan Henderson in particular. How much do you love angry Hendo? I love him. He's just amazing, you know. He's got a real point to prove. You know, he's got massive boots to fill this season. You know, he thankfully he's not taking number 8 yet, but you know, he's taking Stevie's captain's armband. Everyone's going to be looking to him to lead the team, and I thought he was excellent today. And what was great about him and Milner in the midfield in the second half was that it looked as though Milner's role is basically sit a little bit deeper and allow Henderson to get forward with it, and he looked so much better for it. Raking passes, little quick steps. The Hendo Rabona. Yeah, Bona is the... No, I can't believe I've just gone there. The Hendo Rabona was just... Again, it's pre-season, but fuck off. Amazing, you know, just to see that, just to pull that off. No pun intended. You know, great to see Adam Lallana get on the score sheet. It was mentioned that his first touch isn't great, but, you know, he's clearly looking to thread in Origi. It's not panned out for him. Turns, slots it, left-footed. Great, that's exactly what you want to see. And the fact that Divock Origi got his goal as well with a towering header. There was concerns, I guess, that what kind of player is he? And we saw really positive signs. He's the kind of player who likes to play on the shoulder of the last man, likes to get in behind. We look so much more dynamic for having someone who's prepared to make those runs. We look, you know, just there's night and day the difference between, even again, albeit in a pre-season friendly, from some of the football we played last season. We didn't have someone offering that kind of option up front, and you think, okay, is that what he is? Is he going to be the next David and go? And then basically he gets up, jumps 6 foot over his own head and slams a header in off the bar. Again, it's only pre-season, but again, good on you, Divock Origi, because, you know, that's massive. It gets us all excited, it gets us talking, it takes a little bit of pressure off him. Unlucky Danny Ings didn't get one in the first half. I think that's Mamadou Sakho's fault for being so committed. But I was chuffed. I think the only disappointment, and I don't want to bang this drum too much, was losing the stream in the second half, and it was a weird one that I don't know, a lot of people had this problem as well, that I ended up watching a stream of LFC TV stream that worked, but the actual LFC stream didn't work, which is a shame because it was boss. The picture was that good. Once we got it, once we worked out, we could actually have it in high definition. Sensational. Mark Lawrenson commentating. I was really worried about that, and he was dreadful in the first half. He was the funniest human being on the face of planet Earth in the second half. Maybe because I was in a good mood and I didn't really care. Maybe it would annoy me if it was a competitive game, but some of the zingers that he came out with, saying like it's all going in one direction, like the rain. It's just basically Alan Partridge. It's anyone ever watched the day-to-day for Alan Partridge stuff, go back and watch him. That's what Mark Lawrenson was like, Partridge on fire, on acid. And it was great. What was the other one? Oh yeah, he didn't like Alan's summer beard. He questioned why you would grow a beard in the summer. A perfectly legitimate topic of conversation during a Liverpool pre-season match as far as I'm concerned, and definitely better than some of the normal boring shite that gets spelted out, so good on it. I was against the start, but I'm all for LFC TV's decision to go with Mark Lawrenson as the colour commentator on that one. Absolutely boss. Yeah, the only other thing, I mean, there's loads of positives in general, you know, to share. I was really chuffed with Maguire at left back in the second half. We talked about him. In fact, we talked about him on the Red News Roundup show on the website this week. I think we might be putting that as a little clip out as well, but great opportunity for him to play himself into. He's not going to be Liverpool's first choice left back, but even if he just becomes Liverpool's third choice left back this season, then that's boss. That's a great opportunity because it means he's going to be involved at some point this year. And if it saves Liverpool a few million quid, boss, good on him. And again, it's limited opposition, but thought he did well. He got to the byline. There's one time when he fell over, he picked himself back up again, put a decent cross in, and Origi just couldn't get his toe on it. So good, very good positive start. And I think, to be honest, the same was true of pretty much everyone on the pitch today. So I don't think we can put in any real complaints about anyone. If you have got any complaints, because this is the internet, and doubtless people will have, so you can put them in the comments section underneath. Who was your man of the match? I've got to give it to Jordan Henderson, just because I just think he's absolutely terrific, and I actually think that the beard thing, it's working. Not in that way for me, but it's, I could see how it could. I'll be perfectly honest. Who's your man of the match? What was your moment of the match as well? Obviously, it's Hendo's Rabona, but was it Jordan Ives' jizz-worthy skills on the edge of the box? Let us know your thoughts. He was boss as well. Let us know your thoughts on anything regarding the match in the comments below. If you want to watch more Redmen TV goodness, we're talking about the tour squad. We're talking about, obviously, the sale of Raheem Sterling, how it's going to impact Liverpool, what they should spend the money on, if anything. In fact, you know what? Let's just read from the actual agenda. Jim Boardman's open letter. No Ballo, Barini, Enrique is the writing on the wall. Glenn Johnson to Stoke. That is literally how it's written. Gary McAllister, first team coach. Hendo, captain, Skirtle contract. Stevie G on his LA Galaxy debut, and loads more. It's completely free for a month. It's a 60-minute show. You can go and check that out on the redmentv.com. I'll link to it at the end of the video. Click the annotation, go through, check it out. It's boss. And keep yourself tied over all the way until the next game on Friday, when we'll be back. Cheers. The centre forward is probably, there's not a vast amount of business left to be done this summer.
No, I think that was a big thing, that trying to get everything done early, and I think that is the one big one outstanding. I think as Chris touched on, I think the left back will be one, if as expected Enrique finally gets the message and goes.